All right, Cheryl has a question. Isaiah 65:20, it seems to be speaking about the millennium. Verse 23, we see that there are children, descendants, and offspring. Are we having children in the millennial kingdom? Good question, Cheryl. So there are, I would suggest there are going to be three different classes of people at the end of the tribulation. There will be those who take the mark, bad news for them. There will be those who don't take the mark but do not have a relationship with the Lord. And there will be those who have a relationship with the Lord and obviously didn't take the mark of the beast. So those that took the mark, they're gone, right? Those that didn't, they let's call them, they did acts of righteousness. They did the right thing by not taking the mark of the beast, and because of that, they will get to go into the millennium as flesh and blood, and they will get to have children. Now, those of us who are counted worthy to attain to the resurrection of that day, that we will be like the angels, Jesus tells us in Luke chapter 20. So um, we will not be given in marriage, will not be married nor be given in marriage, because we'll be like the angels and we will not die. So, when those days come, we're not going to be having children anymore if we are believers today. That's how I understand it. Um, again, having looked at those passages for a very long time, because you're right, there is going to be death still possible. It's still possible in the millennium. It's not necessary. You're going to live at least 100 years, it seems, and after that, if you sin, then you're done. But 100 is considered a baby. That's just young, and so there's no reason to die unless you're just really stupid and rebellious. But we do know that there will be some people who will be rebellious, who will not go up to Jerusalem, and they will not get rain. And then there will be another group of people whose number is like the sand of the sea. And when Satan is let out of his prison, he will have a brief period, probably 1 year, and he will go out and he'll deceive the nations over the face of the earth, the four corners, or the Gog and Magog, as it were, and he's going to bring them together, and they're going to attack the New Jerusalem, according to Revelation chapter 20, and then fire comes down and destroys them. So there will be people who will be flesh and blood, who will decide not to get their new body. They will have the opportunity to do that, but in order to get the new body, in order to take of the tree of life, they first have to be bathed or drink of the river of life. And to do that, who is the river of life? Jesus is the river of life. We see in Revelation 22 that the river of life is coming out from God himself. So this river of life is going to be something that you're going to want if you're repentant of your sins, if you want your king to be God or Jesus. If you don't want him as your king, then you're not going to want to take that river of life, because it will cleanse you from your iniquities. It'll cleanse you in ways that we don't fully understand. And so some people are not going to want that. And so they're not going to take the river of life. And that's why we see in Revelation chapter 22. So again, Revelation 22, it's talking about those who, verse 14, blessed are those who do his commandments. According to a variant of the Greek, it says, blessed are those who wash their garments, that they may have the right to the tree of life and may enter through the gates into the city. But outside are dogs and sorcerers and sexually immoral and murderers and idolaters, and whoever loves and practices a lie. So you have groups of people. You have those who want to be part of God's kingdom and those who don't. And then in verse 17, and the Spirit and the bride say, come. And let him who hears say, come. And let him who thirsts come. Whoever desires, let him take the water of life freely. Right? So this water of life is open to whoever wants it. It's free. If you want it, come take it. But there are some people who don't want to, because they don't want to go into the New Jerusalem according to God's standards. They want to do it their own way. And so outside the gates are these dogs and sorcerers and sexually immoral and murderers and idolaters, and whoever loves and practices a lie. These are the very things that will keep people out during the millennium. And so these people will be the children of the children of the children, right, of the original people who went in as flesh and blood during the millennium. But again, for those of us who are alive today who believe in Jesus, I believe that our destiny is in fact to be with the Lord, and that we will not be engaging in marriage. We read in Luke chapter 20, verse 34, the sons of this age marry and are given in marriage, but those who are counted worthy to attain that age and the resurrection from the dead neither marry nor are given in marriage, nor can they die anymore, for they are equal to the angels and are sons of God, being sons of the resurrection. So times will change, and I would encourage you, if you want to have kids, this is the time to do it. In the age to come, we'll probably, those of us who are counted worthy to attain to the resurrection of the dead, will not be having kids. We're not going to miss it by then. There'll be so many more glories that we'll be like, wow, I don't want to have kids anymore. You know, that was a stage and that was a time, but don't want to do that anymore. But having kids is a wonderful experience, and so I encourage people to have kids. In the age to come, it'll be too late. So that is what you better take advantage of, is do it now, basically. If you want to go ahead and contribute to the Patreon on my YouTube channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Helps to keep the Douglas Hamp Ministries going. You can also contribute to the Way Congregation. If you tune in and you watch, consider becoming a monthly supporter, whether on Patreon, or we have an app called Tithely at thewaycongregation.com. You can give through that as well.